ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all that jazz. It's your favorite fat man, Big TJ, bringing you another installment of my NFL Diary for Week 3 of the NFL season. So, is the season still early? Yes. Should we not take much from what we saw? If you're a Philly fan, take everything you can get, son, because we're winning games right now that are really ugly, and we need to win those. Several teams remember what it was like to be on the opposite side. Y'all remember a couple years ago when the Carolina Panthers won a lot of close games and lost a lot of games by 7 points or less. Now they're on the opposite end handling business, and it wasn't until they lost horribly to the Steelers that they're 2-1. Several years ago, the Seattle Seahawks used to be an 8-8 team or a 7-9 team, as some will remember, being one of the first teams to be below 500, winning their division and a playoff game. That was when we were truly introduced to beast mode. Also, the Arizona Cardinals, another team on the opposite end of some close games in the post-Super Bowl era of the Arizona Cardinals, and now they're finally on the opposite end. So when I look at my Eagles and I say, okay, it's not necessarily perfect. The offense isn't necessarily kicking like I would like for it to, but it is in the works. Sorry for all the camera movement, y'all. I just got off work and I'm a little tired. But, moving on. I want to talk to y'all about some teams that I'm shutting the door on already after week 3. These are my get out my house picks. Talking about Tampa Bay. The reason they picked up McCown, as far as I was concerned, was not to make him the quarterback of the future. You pay a guy $5 million so that the NFL thinks that you're actually trying to compete, when truth be told, all you're trying to do is lose just enough to go winless for Winston. Say what you will about his off-the-field stuff, he will be a top-round draft pick, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tampa Bay wasn't one of them. Also in that mix, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville, obviously, you're a Florida football team, no disrespect. You used to have a history. You've been to a Super Bowl. Congratulations with Mark Brunell and Coughlin. But those years are long gone. Blaine Gabbert has made y'all a laughingstock. He's gone now. So you bring in Henne. Henne showed promise in the first 2 weeks going up against the Eagles and the Redskins. He lost both of those games. Now Henne's hurt, and they're talking about putting Bortles in. But I do recall a certain GM and president saying that Bortles was going to be redshirted this year. If you play Bortles, he will be the next Joey Harrington, David Carr, Blaine Gabbert, Christian Ponder, Mark Sanchez. Guys that just should not have been playing as early as they were. No disrespect to you, but get out my house. Next, the Green Bay Packers. A lot of people are going to be surprised to see that I say the Green Bay Packers need to get out my house. But let's take a time to look at the offense. It's suspect. Let's take the time to look at the defense. It's suspect. And they're 1-2. Now, the reason that a lot of people look at the Green Bay Packers and say that they're a beast is because Aaron Rodgers is their quarterback. And I totally get it. But Aaron Rodgers can only do so much when you get rid of a lot of his weapons. He used to have a plethora, a monopoly board's worth of ridiculous talent around him. Going from Finley to Jennings to Driver to Jordy to Cobb to James Jones. Now you got Driver, who's retired, James Jones in Oakland making catches for Derek Carr. Jennings is in Minnesota recouping from all his Old Spice commercials. And you got Cobb and Jordy Nelson still in Green Bay. Jermichael Finley, afterthought. Shouts out to the boy Eddie Lacy for being a running back for Green Bay, but it's not the same. Aaron Rodgers can only do so much when you take everything away from him. Now, as far as the defense is concerned, Clay Matthews is great when he's healthy, but he's not always healthy, and that causes a problem. And they got a Julius Pep that's just a little bit over the hill, and you didn't know what you were getting from Ha Clinton Dix to begin with, but now you got him, so let's see how you work. But for now, Packers, get out my house. Lastly, Saints, get out my house. The reason I'm telling the Saints to get out my house is this. I think that they're overrated. Everybody and their mom picked them to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. I don't know why they did. The defense is still ran by Rob Ryan. I don't know when the last time we saw a Rob Ryan ran defense in the Super Bowl, but apparently people believe enough in Sean Payton and Drew Brees to think that they can overcome a Rob Ryan defense. Ask Cleveland about that, okay? Here's what I got to say to y'all, man. The NFL, when you look at what's going on the field, still brings a little bit of parity and excitement. Off the field, all you can do is shake your head. People pointing fingers and everybody wants to get the overall fan anger directed at somebody else. Right now, the NFL is trying to get the anger directed back towards Ray Rice and the other guys who are responsible for these court cases. But the fans are still pissed off at the Baltimore ownership as well as the NFL for the way they handle the situation. But what I'm learning is people got power. And if y'all can have enough power to scream and shout and get, Roger Goodell to force the hand and suspend this dude indefinitely, just think about what y'all can do if y'all put it politically. Go out and vote, people. I have to bring something positive to my NFL diary. Great game last week, Denver. Even though you lost Peyton Manning, you look suspect. This weekend, San Francisco plays my Eagles, and Chicago plays Green Bay. I got Philly winning by 3, and I got Chicago handling business and winning by a touchdown. It's going to be scored by Kyle Fuller on that defense. This has been my NFL diary. You can follow me on Twitter at BigTJ2020. That's at BIGTJ2020. Holla at your boy. Peace.